My friends, this is Lucas, the Dukish, and we are on a manhunt for a dangerous mercenary by the name of Man-Bear-Pig. And he is out here in one of the great wonders of the space engineer's world, the lost remnants of the city of Zerosh. This city is one of the last wonders of the space engineer's world, and has been destroyed by an ominous bear of unknown origins. We must find this dubious bear and destroy him once and for all. Now, is he over here? No. My friends, I have found his ship. Bear is indeed the destroyer of this holy city, and he will pay by the wrath of the native Martians that once inhabited this great city. I will avenge them. Come out. No. No, come out. He's over here. The great ship of Bear approaches us. I need to be very careful about how I proceed. I've called in reinforcements. A ship of my own is approaching, and Bear will finally pay for what he has done. We will destroy him, and we will take all his honey, and he will never walk this earth again. Bear! You will die for the Holy Galactic Trade Emporium! God damn it! Okay, well, you guys, it turns out that Bear actually ended up winning that little duel that we had. So it looks like the pirates win in this role-playing scenario, which is mighty strange. But this is truly an incredible mod on the workshop. This is made by a author called Retech, and oh my gosh, so much just role-playing juice and role-playing just possibilities with this thing. So as you can see, the amount of detail that went into this thing is truly inspiring. So this sort of looks like it could have been like somewhat of a ship that maybe like collided into this, or it was just the top of. It's, when I first looked at it, it sort of looked like a saucer to me, but now that I look around, the other building is probably just the top of this one. So this is fully destructible, my friends, so you can just take warheads like you saw in the intro of the video, and you can just start laying waste to these things and just see like some pretty satisfying like tower collapses and stuff. It is quite incredible. So yes, I can't even put words to how incredible this place is. So there's it's weird because there's not much to do here besides just appreciate it. Maybe you'd want to build like a base somewhere within here, which I would sort of advise against doing just because the FPS isn't the greatest. So you're going to need a pretty beefy rig in order to play this adequately. One thing that you can do that, you know, basically I just did in, you know, right before this was you could set up sort of like a battle scenario in this place. So, you know, whether that be rovers like we choose, or it could be atmospheric landers, and you know, you could have some pretty satisfying aerial combat in this place, like swerving in and out of buildings and, you know, going in between here, and just so much cool stuff, you guys. So yes, I don't know, you know, Space Engineers really isn't stable enough to have like, you know, like 6 or 7 people all with small ships fighting in this place. The FPS would probably drop pretty damn low. But as Space Engineers improves, you know, it's good to see stuff like this because, you know, just the possibilities, you know, you could set up like a multiplayer, you know, like sort of this could be a map for a multiplayer sort of skirmish kind of thing. I know the Space Engineers really isn't about that right now, but in the future there could be some type of multiplayer scenario where, you know, maybe 2 people on this side start with small fighters, and then 2 people on that side start with small fighters, and then, you know, just a couple different lobbies like that. And then I think that would be an incredible amount of fun to play this with some friends or just with some random people. So yes, gosh, just so incredible. So the inside of these buildings, there's pretty much nothing inside here. It's just pretty much for looks. If you were really dedicated, you could flesh these out. I'm pretty sure the mod author wouldn't he'd probably be very grateful for that, most likely, obviously if you gave him credit and everything. But yes, oh my gosh. So I chose rovers because I felt like it would just sort of give us a better scale of, you know, the battle and how big these towers are and stuff. We probably should have chosen smaller rovers because the rover I chose is a little beefy and it sort of has problems maneuvering within there. But this is a very sexy rover that I have no regrets about using. So yes, that was me and Bear. So I'd like to thank Bear for being part of this video. Gosh darn it if he didn't pull it off to perfection. So this is his black ship over here, just doing an incredible amount of damage to the cityscape. These rovers would be, gosh darn, just an incredible design. Very maneuverable and very sturdy. They have some rocket launchers, and that is about their only defense, but it's set up to be somewhat of a mobile base slash sort of attack rover. So as you can see, we got just an incredible amount of stability on this thing. This is made by a user called Lord Commissar. I believe that's how you say that. But yeah, so it has an intense amount of wheels, and the wheels really help it stay stable. So I could lose a couple wheels, and I could easily keep going. So, you know, you could bring this thing down to like 2 wheels on each side, and you could still potentially have a chance. Maybe that's a little ambitious. Maybe like 3 or 4 wheels on each side. So this is the Bear Land Cruiser. And yes, you heard me right. This is indeed the Bear Land Cruiser. So we couldn't have picked a better person to pilot it. I saw this a couple weeks ago, and you know, the first thing I did was I sent Bear a link, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a rover made for you, Bear. And he was like, eh. And then once he used it today, he was like, this thing is absolutely beautiful. So Lord Commissar, I appreciate all the hard work you did on this rover. So as you can see on the bottom here, we have a sliding door. Come up in here. So it's fully pressurized, so if you're on a planet with a little less gravity like Mars, you could still survive. So as you can see, it's actually quite roomy in here. Got some programmable blocks, got some seats, got everything you might need. Come in here and you can see you got a couple different configurable blocks to see your acceleration and your speed and your solar panels and your battery charge and stuff like that. But yes, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. It's such an incredible time I've had messing around in this city. So if you enjoyed this video, go and support the mod authors in the description. And this is one that I very, very highly suggest everybody checks out, because this one is just incredible. Incredible. All the cities that I see. So we did a BioShock city the other day, and that was just incredible. This one's incredible too. It's outside, so it's maybe a little bit easier to use flyable atmospheric ships. But then again, the BioShock one I did a couple weeks ago, that one was actually set up, it was big enough on the inside to where you could fly around some ships. So for the end of this video, my friends, I'm going to fly around a ship. So I'm going to take out a speedster. This is pretty much my go-to. It's the Star Wars T-47 Air Speedster. I'll put a link to this in the description as well. And it's pretty much my go-to atmospheric lander these days. Well, atmospheric, just flying vessel. Just because it is so light, has some rockets on it, and it is very, very small, so you can go in between buildings and do some cool stuff like that. We do have some rockets, too. Just flying through the cities, man. Oh my god. Okay. I got a little ambitious with that first turn, and I had to pull back on it. Alright, I see something cool we can do. Gosh darn it, if there needs to be a Space Engineers X Games, my friends. Because I would be a gosh darn star. Oh! Maybe not the biggest star. So yes, the FPS is real. The FPS drops are real. I'm getting about 20 frames per second. Bear was saying he was getting 50. So if that is true, then either Bear has some really low settings, or his PC is a little beastlier than mine. Which I have a pretty nice rig. So what's going on with the gravity right now? Alright, let's try one more maneuver before we end the episode, my friends. But once again, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I'd like to thank the creators of these really cool ships for just giving me so much inspiration and so much good times in the last couple months. So once again, you guys, this is Luke the Duke. I'd like to thank you for watching. Next survival episode should be out soon. I'd like to thank you all for being such sexy and glorious space engineers. So once again, this is Luke the Duke. Good night and good luck. Not bad. Not bad.